Rafa. How would you describe that match? It was a three-set match, but no set seemed to be a really close one tonight.
No, that's this kind of days that things have been like this. Difficult to find a real reason, but I think things happens quick here because the court is fast and understood that in the first set. Sometimes the player who is taking advantage stays with the adrenaline very high and is able to increase the advantage, and it's difficult to stop the momentum of the opponent. No, but in general terms, have been a up and down match, but a positive match for me because I have been playing better and better when the match was coming. No? So.
Rafa, when you look at this year as a whole so far, coming straight through this match, how would you compare the quality of tennis you're playing to maybe years past? Are you better than ever before? Are you right on par, right where you want to be?
No, I am not better than ever before. I am how I am today, and I am having a good season, more or less, being competitive almost in every single event that I have been playing. Of course, I had some physical issues the first 3-4 months of the season, but I have been playing solid. Because I played the final in Australia, then semi-finals in Indian Wells, then 3 semi-finals on clay and 2 titles, then another semi-finals in Wimbledon. So I've been a solid staff and semi-finals here now. So happy the way that I am competing and enjoying. Let's see tomorrow another opportunity to try to be in another final. That will be great if I am able to make that happen.
Rafa, it's the 40th anniversary of the tournament here in Montreal. You've had a couple of great moments in Montreal. One of the highlights, actually, of the tournament is your final against Agassi in 2005. I was wondering if you could take us through, what do you remember of that match, and what's the difference between the Rafa of 2005 back then and the Rafa of today?
Well, if with my knowledge today of the sport and of the tennis in general, I will have the chance to add the legs that I had in that 2005. Probably will be a very, very good player now. But that's impossible. So I lost things on the road. So I just tried to add another things on the way to keep being competitive during all these years. No? So one of the most important things for me personally, and one of the things that I'm more satisfied is I have been able to find always a solution to keep being competitive at the highest level possible. No, after a lot of problems, a lot of issues. So my personality didn't change much, but of course, I am almost 15 years older.
Rafa, what are your thoughts about Andy returning next week in singles? Is that something that you find interesting?
Oh, great news for the sport, and especially great news for him. That means that he's healthy, and that's going to be a big moment for him, because after all the retirement that he predicted in Australia, was this year? Yeah. 6 months later, seems like he's back again and healthy and competing well. So that's going to be a big thing for him. Happy.
Rafa, you had an exchange with Fabio at the net. I know you mentioned that you were talking about his injury. You talked to him for a few minutes, or a few seconds rather, and then you celebrated, and then you came back and you spoke to him more. Can you just enlighten us a little bit on what the exchange was there, especially the second part where you went back and talked to him again?
Well, I asked about what's going on in his foot, because I saw him asking for treatment. And yeah, he was telling me what's going on, and something that I experienced it before. So I just tried to tell him my experience, but I am no one to say what he has or not. So if you want to know better, ask him. But I just tried to give him a quote about how I went through that process that he's having.
Hi, Rafa. In the match, it looked like you kind of picked up your intensity and aggressiveness at a certain point. Was it near the end of the first set, or was it at the start of the second set? Can you talk about your mindset at that point?
I lost 6-2 without the feeling, with the feeling that I was not playing bad. You know, not negative feelings on the ball. Just things have been going too fast, and honestly, the beginning of the match have been difficult because I have been playing probably a little bit better than him, but then the score was against me because I felt that I had a big chance to be 3-love for me, but then it was 3-1 for him. So after that, I played a bad game in the 3-1, and he played well. So the second break was decisive on the set. So I just tried to play the last couple of games of the first, trying to play with the intensity that I wanted to have at the beginning of the second. I know the beginning of the second going to be crucial, and happy about the first game that I played with my serve, very solid, and then he had 2 mistakes in a row. I played 1 good point. Was a break, and that gave me the confidence to keep going. And of course, with the 3-1 had been an important point with the break point that I did a good serve and volley.
Rafael, you're 33 and you're still at top of the game. Fabio is 32 and he's probably playing the best tennis of his life.
Who?
Fabio Fognini is 32 and he's probably playing the best tennis of his life. What's the level of respect you have for a guy like him?
Everybody knows that he's one of the big talents on tour. He's true that during his career he had some up and downs, but when he's playing well, is these kind of players that can produce amazing shots from everywhere. So he's a big opponent for everyone, and he's having a great season already, winning a Master 1000. I'm playing some great matches all around. So just well done for him. I wish him all the very best.